us the opportunity to study without having to stress our parents or the book where tuition money coming from. I hope to study plant genetics and animal healthcare.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
Lloyd Allen is back from China and is bragging about another lucky Bahamian who was afforded that educational opportunity.
Plus, hear from the country's latest young ambassadors for the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
Stay close to smell what's cooking up in Exuma and who's cooking it.
And coming up in sports, Coach Joe goes to the Sweet 16. March Madness to the world.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
News is really heating up with our neighbors to the north. Marlena, what do you think?
Heating up? I would say it's very hot right now in terms of news over there.
But I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole, so let's dive right into the news, shall we? Just a few weeks ago, we welcomed Lloyd Allen back following 4-month stint in China, where he shared rare reviews and lessons learned. Tonight, another Bahamian also applauding a China training opportunity, which has gifted her the power of intensifying a community initiative centered on servicing the elderly. And of course, Lloyd Allen is on the story.
It's an effort in preserving one community, but one Foxhill resident, Georgette Gardner, says is all about protecting the most vulnerable. She tells her story.
I really love Foxhill. I want to see good for my community. I try to do a few community initiatives, but the main reason why I'm so passionate about my community is because I am a product of tourism.
For the past 40 years, Gardner has resided in the area, and over time, she has become a spark, igniting projects, initiatives, but also hope. That flame of hope also taking her all the way to China.
2 weeks ago, I went to Beijing, China, at a China government school called ABO. They did 5 seminars. One of the seminars that I did was e-commerce and business development.
The experience, a gift of the Chinese embassy here in the capital. Gardner explains why she was selected.
Well, I think because of my community work.
Part of that work has been assisting caregivers at Fox Hill's Senior Citizens Home, Demetrius Home and Care Center, which up to a year ago has been under private management.
We've been improving on the actual building and structure. We had to do carpentry, mason work, a lot of painting.
Assistant at the center, Wilma Jones, says Gardner has been a heaven sent, helping beyond the basics, but also extending her efforts toward fundraising.
She brings persons to the home, like persons who want to donate and come in and do feedings, etc. And that helps quite tremendously because, you know, we have, 19 persons here to feed, 3 meals a day, and, you know, sometimes it gets really hard.
ABO, or the Academy for International Business Officials, helps community leaders to enhance skills in supporting and advancing efforts to better service its members and explore avenues for development. Jones says this will undoubtedly advance Gardner's effort.
Dealing with donations and people bringing in monies, you know, you sometimes need outside help.
Gardner already has a number of projects in the pipeline, like funding regular maintenance to the facility's bus and funding supplies for its budding garden. She also encourages others to spring into action with similar projects in their own community.
Whatever it is you have, always find time to give back. Giving back is so important.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, a little sobering for Access Now viewers, but sweeping staff cuts at the U.S.-based National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration could impact the Bahamas' timely access to life-saving alerts from hurricanes and tornadoes. NOAA is a regulatory agency charged with forecasting and monitoring atmospheric conditions, and countries like the Bahamas rely heavily on the agency for vital, accurate, and critical weather data. Managing Director for the Disaster Risk Management Authority, Aaron Sargent, says he's already reached out to his regional counterparts to address the issue.
is a major concern for most national disaster coordinators, my counterparts in the region. I just recently came from an after-action review on Hurricane Beryl in Barbados, and the main topic at the after-action review is how we as a region could coalesce around one another to support one another. And again, NOAA, FEMA, all UK, USAID provide significant support to the region. And as such, we now have to find creative ways, in which is why we're doing creative things to try and mitigate any potential exposure that the closures or cuts to these entities that may bring.
Sargent says his agency is also hoping to re-engage with the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology to strengthen its regional forecasting capabilities.
We're seeking to kind of go back and review whether or not it's practical for the Bahamas to get back involved from a met standpoint, a meteorological standpoint, in that, because they provide a number of hazard monitoring tools that allow us to see burn scars from satellite imagery of wild land fires, etc., to the temperature rises, flood rises, etc. And so the goal and the beauty of the Caribbean is we all experience the same thing. Interestingly enough, you would find that a number of national disaster coordinators face the same problems.
Bahamian students Gabrielle Saunders and Kiana Roll are the country's newest disaster risk management youth ambassadors. The youngsters edged out 10 other Bahamians with their winning video presentations on climate change and environmental stewardship. Both students will act as disaster preparedness and risk reduction advocates. Minister of State with responsibility for disaster risk management, the Honorable Leon Lundy, applauded the ambassadors during a ceremony at the Disaster Reconstruction and Authority headquarters on Gladstone Road.
I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you both. Your speeches were compelling, your passion undeniable, and your commitment to our nation inspiring. You have demonstrated not only an understanding to the challenges we face, but also the courage to confront them with conviction and with purpose. Gabrielle, you reminded us that climate change is not a distant threat. It is a present reality, demanding urgent action. Our beautiful islands stand on the front lines of rising sea levels and increasingly severe hurricanes.
10th grade Aquinas College students Gabrielle Saunders and St. Andrew's Anglican School participant Kiana Roll both receiving laptops and prizes for their success. The winners now optimistic over the road ahead.
I feel great that I was selected to be a youth ambassador for the DRM. And the way I'm going to take this out is to help people and make sure that everybody is safe no matter what through any kind of crisis.
This is a great opportunity to spread awareness about climate change and how it really affects the Bahamas and what we should do to, fix it or to at least be prepared for it. And I feel very prepared.
And still to come, the authorities at CAPRS are in the building. We're excited to hear from them, so keep it locked.
At RBC, we're proud to support Alive's Ultimate Business Makeover campaign for a second year. We know that micro, small, and medium businesses are vital to our economy. They drive innovation, and more importantly, they create jobs. By investing in their growth, we're fostering economic success, and together we can pave the road to a thriving business community.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine one.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
Welcome back. We're cruising tonight with our drone pilot, Destiny Reed, who's out there over the cruise port and heading into the Atlantis area. A beautiful sunset as well. Well, let's head down to Exuma to see what's cooking. Let's go.
At the recent Bahamian Music and Heritage Festival in Georgetown, Exuma, music was not the only focus of that fun-filled weekend. Students also got a chance to show off their culinary skills by taking part in a cooking competition. And these high school students put their creativity and love of cooking to full force, coming with some interesting dishes themed around Exuma's love affair with the onion.
Spicy grill with roasted potatoes, onion, bell peppers, and tomatoes.
Everything in my dish was seafood related. I made a coconut onion infused grouper fillet that was fried, and then I also made onion lobster fritters and caramelized butter onion shrimp.
Today we did a Exuma flat taco with onion aioli, cracked lobster, and pickled onions.
So those students there were the third, second, and first runners-ups. If you are wondering, the winning dish was prepared by Exuma Christian Academy's Janelle Lockhart, and here he is to tell us what he made.
I made an onion cake with a spicy lobster jam topped with a tule.
Well, that sounds delicious. Good job to those students there in Exuma. And thinking of schools, Ian Poitier, project lead for the soon-to-come Creative and Performing Arts School of the Bahamas, or CAPAS as we'll call it, joins us tonight. Welcome to Access Now, Ian.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. So the Creative and Performing Arts School is set to transform arts education in the Bahamas. We know that there was an announcement yesterday about a new partnership for when the school comes to fruition. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's very exciting, and thank you for inviting me on. When we launched the consultation last year, we made it clear that, at this stage, we want to benefit from the learnings of a lot of other people. So we want to engage in partnerships, and the partnerships be local in the Bahamas as well as international. The partnership with the United Talent Agency, which we announced yesterday, is huge. They're one of the top 3 Hollywood agencies for talent, ranging across acting, dancers, singers, choreographers, writers, sports people, brands. So they have a huge kind of talent pool, and they're the kind of agency who our graduates would deal with after they finish. We have them before. And the partnership is really rich and varied and valuable for us. So first and foremost, they're helping to design the modules. So we know that our students are being educated to industry standard. It's not just theoretical or academic. They're then helping to supply some of the teachers, guest teachers, master classes, and so on. And given the people in their talent pool, I mean, Cynthia Erivo, Timothy Chalalet, like serious people. And they sent a note around the agency a couple of weeks ago. And so many people who have connections to the Bahamas we didn't know kind of expressed an interest. A lot of them household names. So they'll help us to do that, and then we'll set up a production register so that our graduates are recognized internationally as being of industry standard. They can work on anything. They're bringing us productions. Given the stable of stuff, they hear about it at the beginning. They've got one of the biggest hits on TV at the moment, White Lotus. Mike White, Jennifer Coolidge are clients of theirs.
Huge.
So we're looking to see, okay, where can we bring stuff to the Bahamas that our students can work on? We're working on a show which we're close to final stages now of being greenlit for next spring. There are 123 crew productions on that.
Amazing.
Between this September and next year, we can have Bahamians trained to do some of those jobs.
Incredible.
That's the kind of thing, and these are meaningful jobs. These aren't just make coffee and drive people from A to B jobs. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's hard to build a career on that. Even further, they're helping us to set up a production hub and a production fund so that we can have investment into Bahamian products and services, audiovisual products, and then also just helping to build an advisory board for us of people who are, well established. These are people who can go around the world looking out for our interests. So that partnership is really, it's much bigger than anything I dreamed of.
It's an incredible foot in the door.
And I should pay tribute to Joy Tribalou at the promotion board, who really brokered the introduction through several stages to get us to here. This is the kind of level we really need to work at, in the Bahamas. So hugely exciting. They're incredibly nice. They've really taken on the Bahamas. So they have a team of 5 working for us. And I was on a call with them, somebody who wants to do some sponsorship internationally, and to hear them talk about campus and us, they've got us into their DNA already.
So
it's amazing.
It really is. And can you tell us a little bit about CAPS's connection with the Ministry of Education?
Of course. So Minister Glenys Hanna-Martin is our sponsoring minister. This whole enterprise comes under the Ministry of Education, Technical and Vocational Training. You need somebody in government to sort of shepherd it through. So she's been an inspiration. I didn't know of her past. She ran the drama club at QC. Her sister went to drama school. Like, there's all this stuff in there. You start to find out about people, you know, kind of, there's all a little
Everyone's got a creative spark.
Everyone's got it in there. We benefit obviously from her knowledge and experience and her passion. You know, she's kind of like the conscience of the country, and it's just inspiring. I've heard her talk about the school now a few times in Parliament, and her vision for what this could be. She talks about a paradigm shift, which is not just something in education, but also for the economy, setting up a new economic sector, something for the culture, really giving voice and expression and kind of visual context to all of our cultural output. Talking about the kind of possibilities internationally. So putting the Bahamas on the map, you know, not just as sun, sand and sea, but for the culture and taking that around. And then also as a kind of disaster management scenario. So with CAPAS, it's going to be a very large space. We're going to make it so that it can be an active hurricane shelter, like overnight.
Incredible.
Which is something we desperately need in the country. So there's all these kind of layers to it, and Minister Hanna-Martin brings that kind of cross-government, senior, you know, experienced ministerial view to it. And I'm incredibly grateful.
Amazing. And now we know that we heard yesterday that some of these courses are already being offered at BTVI. What are some of the main courses we'll be able to see in the school once it's fully open?
So we'll start with, you know, the obvious ones, the acting, dancing and singing. And that's where we're going to have 60 students, so 20 in each cohort. And then 40, this is just the first year of what we call production arts. So that's hair and makeup, location management. We'll start with animation probably, which means the visual artists here have got a real opportunity. Camera work. Some of the others are in the balance because there's so many to choose from. But props, lights, sound, event management, business management, writing, directing, producing, all of these would be on offer. We're kind of, the way we're deciding is kind of based on a few things. So we've got some productions lined up to come. We need to make sure people are trained for that. With BTVI, they already do the basics for hair and makeup and lights and sound and so on. So the idea is, say, you'll get a barbering or hairdressing qualification at BTVI, and then you'll come to us, and we'll teach you how to cut for period for the 1920s and 30s. We'll teach you how to make wigs. We'll teach you how to do special prosthetics, or, you know, something that kind of is special for screen and stage. And it's a different kind of it's a different craft, really, because, you know, it has to work just out front, and what's behind might be the same. So in the back of your hair, there might be like pins and grips and things like that. It's all about this. But it's wonderful that BTVI is already offering this, and we're looking to announcing the details of that partnership soon, because we want to dovetail with their timetables. So let's say you go and do carpentry at BTVI. We'll then teach you how to build sets and do sets design and big sort of productions. But when you think of all the things that could come here, and all the things we can generate on our own, and people have these skills already, it means you could still run your barber shop and then say, hey, you know what, I'm going to go and work on this.
You have an extra skill.
Got an extra skill.
Yeah, and so when can people expect the enrollment to begin? When is the school going to be open? When can we get started with our classes?
So we'll start auditions and interviews in May. So auditions for the performers, interviews for staff, and then we'll start classes in September. We'll do different things for each term, so, you know, please ask people to listen out for exactly how we're going to roll this out. We'll have our soft opening in September and probably have our grand opening in November, and that should be a pretty major event.
I'm so excited. Ian, it's certainly been a pleasure hosting you tonight. We can't wait till the school is open. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, let's check in with Total Sports to see what's coming up.
Coach Yo and the Lady Rabs are back in the Sweet 16. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. Not only do we guarantee the best prices on all your favorite building materials, but we're proud to offer the best delivery program in all of Nassau. Whether you buy one box of screws or a truckload of plywood, island-wide delivery is just $5. And for our Family Island customers, we're proud to offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. Visit us today at the CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road and check out our website to set up your next delivery.
Tuesday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Coach Yo, Ray McCollins, and the Ole Miss Lady Rebels are heading back to the Sweet 16 after upsetting the 4th-ranked Baylor Bears on Sunday with a 69-63 win. Yolette McCoon has now guided the Rebels to its second appearance in the Sweet 16 in the past 3 seasons, last reaching it in 2023. This is a 12th trip in program history. McCoon improving her national tournament record to 5-3 in her time in Oxford. The Rebs' patented defense, their calling card in this one, as the Rebels forced a season-high 21 turnovers for Baylor to secure the win.
It's satisfaction because I really enjoy coaching this team, and this team has had a goal that they want to go to the Final Four. And we don't get to stop tonight. And we will be one of the remaining 16 teams that will be competing. And you don't have a chance if you're out. So as far as I'm concerned, we will be one of the 16 teams that has a chance to win a national championship. So it's satisfaction in that regard. I'm at peace what happened in the past, because for me, that's all a part of being here, and that's what makes it special. So just really, it was really gratifying when the buzzer sounded and we had the victory.
Not so much luck on the men's side. VJ Edgecombe and the Baylor Bears would run into a buzzsaw in top-seeded Duke and projected #1 overall pick Cooper Flagg. Baylor would initially put up a good fight and kept it close before the Blue Devils would flip the switch and cruise to an 89-66 win. VJ pouring in a side-high 16 points in what may potentially be his final collegiate game, with many projecting him to be a top 5 pick in this year's NBA draft.
Duke is a well-executed team, well-coached team. You know, they play hard. You know, they made shots. We had a ton of mistakes, and I mean, you know, they separate from that. I mean, basketball is a game of runs, and they went on a run. They went on a pretty big run, so that's what caused it, to be honest. So, yeah.
And that's what look at your sports on this Tuesday. A check on weather when we return.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, the Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
The Hidden Disabilities Sunflower is a globally recognized symbol for persons with invisible disabilities.
The Sunflower lanyard made our journey less stressful, smoother, and more inclusive.
REACH is proud to support the Hidden Sunflower Scheme, which makes the invisible visible. So far, the Nassau Airport Authority and the Nassau Cruise Port are sunflower certified.
So if you see someone with a sunflower lanyard, always remember to be patient and ask if they need some help. Please be kind and always remember to show respect.
We wish to encourage more hotel operators with amenities such as water parks, restaurants, cinemas, government offices to join this initiative, making the Bahamas a more sunflower-friendly country.
Please feel free to reach out to the REACH office at 328-4123, or you can reach out to the National Commissions for Persons with Disabilities at 396-8700.
It's time now for your Access Weather Forecast. We have a frontal boundary across the northwest Bahamas that, interacting with a mid to upper level trough in the Gulf of Mexico, will support pockets of showers and thunderstorms, some of which are affecting Grand Bahama, Abaco, Andros, and Eleuthera. Here in the capital, we're pretty much okay for the moment and should be that way for most of the night, but we will certainly have some heavy showers and thunderstorms lurking around. And your boating forecast tonight, well, it's brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. In the northwestern Central Islands, the winds will be light and variable, but there will be gusty near those showers and thunderstorms. Wave heights 1 to 3 feet, locally higher in gusts. Low tide taking place at 11:33 tonight for the southeastern islands. East to southeast winds 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So we're asking small craft to exercise caution in the southeast Bahamas tonight. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, in the northwestern islands, the winds become northerly after that frontal passage at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights 2 to 3 feet. High tide tomorrow, 5:53 in the morning with a low tide at 12:18 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands, Wednesday, northeast winds 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And on Thursday in the northwestern islands, we have that clockwise rotation continuing. The winds becoming northeast, increasing in speeds 15 to 20 knots. So we'll bump up a caution flag for the northwest Bahamas on Thursday. High tide 6:44 in the morning with a low tide at 1:04 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands, very strong winds, 15 to 25 knots, also out of the northeast with rough seas at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. So an advisory will be in place for small boaters in the central and southeastern islands on Thursday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
I've been looking for you, but hey, there you've been, darling. I've been looking for you. I've been chilling up by the bar last night. This girl, she was looking nice, she blew my mind. Well, all of a sudden, I started ordering drinks.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. LaDawn and Melina.
Thanks a lot, Basil. We're still in spring, but it's still a bit nippy out there, Malena.
It sure is, but I'm sure it's going to warm up soon, and we will be wishing for cooler days in no time.
I'm sure, but until then, let's turn things over to Matea Cunningham, and let's talk socials.
Hey, I'm on your screens again, so let's all clap in unison. It's Let's Talk Socials time. Today, we're going over a trend that has some crying, some laughing, and some considering. Ladies and gents, today we're talking about the Jesus Glow. The Jesus Glow is described as the sudden shift in a person's physical appearance once they give their life to Christ. The trend has many sharing their stories as they compare clips or photos of them prior to becoming a Christian to the after. In some of these clips, you're unable to decipher if these are really the same people. Check this out.
Do you get deja vu? Do you get deja vu? God, I wish that you had thought this through. Do you get deja vu?
Well, the Jesus Glow is surely evident. According to those participating in the trend, although giving their lives to Christ was a symbolic act, their outward appearances changed in both minor and major ways. Some changed apparel, hairstyles, piercings, and more, while others simply look happier. And that's the glow within itself. I'm Matea, and I'll see you beautiful people tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, Matea, and that's a wrap for us here on Access Now.
Yes, it is. Well, stay tuned for the rundown with Clint Watson.
Good night, everybody.